Hello again, figments of my imagination. We've got less than 2 weeks left till launch and still no sign of a delay, so I think it's actually happening this time. That means it's a perfect time to go over one of the most important skills to learn in all of New World, roll canceling. Roll canceling is the name for canceling that little pause your character does after rolling, allowing you to gain a significant speed boost with no downside. And the best part is, it's incredibly easy. All you have to do is swap weapons while rolling. Yeah, it's literally that simple. And the timing's pretty forgiving. You can basically press the button anytime after you start rolling, and your character will do it. To demonstrate, here my character starts rolling, so I can go ahead and swap weapons, and when I finish the roll, I just keep running, with my new weapon out. During the open beta, I found an even better way to cancel, sheathing or drawing your weapon. The default key is X, but you might want to change that. The technique is the same otherwise. Anytime after you roll, press the key to draw or put away your weapon, and when the roll finishes, your character won't stop. They'll just put away or take out their weapon and keep running. You can even smash it multiple times and it won't stop or slow you down at all, which is important for the same reason that sheathing is better than swapping, triggering dodge passives. If you've looked at the different weapon skill trees, you've probably noticed that there are a lot of traits that trigger on a dodge. Obviously, canceling the slow part of the dodge would help those traits out, but most of them give you a buff that goes away if you swap to a different weapon. Take the bow, for example. The dodge and weave trait gives you 10% haste when you dodge, but if you swap weapons, it goes away. To get around this before, you would have to make sure the weapon you swapped to when canceling was the bow. Then the trait would trigger, you could run with the buff on, then swap weapons before rolling again and canceling that roll by swapping back to your bow. Pretty confusing to explain, but it makes sense after practicing in-game for like 10 minutes. But we don't have to worry about any of that if we cancel our rolls by sheathing or unsheathing our bow. We never change weapons, so the buff never goes away. Also, for some reason, unsheathing a weapon counts as swapping to it, so the archer's speed trait will trigger as well. That's why I said smashing it multiple times was important. If you sheath your bow, you won't trigger archer's speed, but if you pull it out, you will. Oh, and it's probably worth noting that these speed buffs stack. So every 10 seconds, you get 20% haste for 5 seconds, and the rest of the time, you only have 10%. Now, the final important bit that changed in open beta. Stamina now regenerates faster if you still have some left. I mentioned this in my quick beta changes video, but it's super important and makes this technique even better than before. Don't double roll and you should be fine. Wait about a second or so between your rolls, just enough to regen some stamina, and you will literally have a 10% haste buff up constantly. So let's put it all together. If you want to go as fast as possible, put on some light armor and equip a bow. Unlock dodge and weave and archer speed. Then start running, dodge, and press X twice. Wait to regenerate around 75 stamina, then repeat. And that's it. Congratulations, Lightning McQueen, you're the fastest. Oh, and don't worry, I didn't forget about all you weirdos who use medium and heavy armor. Despite what I insist on calling it, roll canceling works for every dodge in the exact same way. It just doesn't increase your speed on its own for medium armor, and actually slows you down a little for heavy armor. But you can still trigger the bow traits with it, which does increase your speed. Not as much as light armor, but still way better than just default running. Alright, that's all I got. You know the drill. You're on a path. You see 2 thumbs in front of you. Which one do you pick? Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, or just puff up my ego by telling me how great I am. That's a pretty good use of that feature if you ask me. I honestly don't care if you do the bell thing, but I will definitely be posting less when New World launches. So if you want to see the rare video I scurry out of my cave to post after launch, ring away. And I'll see you all eventually. Unless you close the blinds again, jerk.